Welcome to Berly's StoryNest, where stories come alive.
The village where everyone lied.
Long ago, between green hills and a sparkling river, there was a beautiful village called Brightvale. The houses were colorful, flowers bloomed everywhere, and children filled the streets with laughter. But the village had one strange problem: everyone lied. The baker claimed his old bread was fresh, the fisherman exaggerated his catch, and the shopkeeper tricked customers with false prices. Even the children argued during games because everyone insisted they had won. After years of lies, no one trusted anyone anymore. On the edge of the village lived a kind 10-year-old boy named Arjun with his grandmother. She always taught him, "The truth is like the sun. It may hide behind clouds, but it always shines again." Arjun believed her and never lied. Whenever he made a mistake, he admitted it honestly, and his grandmother was always proud of him. The villagers thought Arjun was foolish. They laughed and called him the honest boy. One afternoon, Arjun found a shiny gold coin on the road. Soon he saw an elderly merchant searching for it. Without thinking twice, Arjun returned the coin. The merchant thanked him with a warm smile, but the villagers only laughed. "You could have bought sweets," they said. Arjun simply smiled and walked away, knowing he had done the right thing. A few weeks later, Brightville celebrated its annual harvest festival. Colorful flags decorated the streets, music played, and everyone enjoyed the festivities. While collecting flowers near the forest, Arjun noticed thick black smoke rising into the sky. He climbed a hill and saw a huge wildfire spreading quickly toward the village. Terrified, Arjun ran back as fast as he could. "Fire, the forest is burning, we have to leave now," he shouted. But no one believed him. The villagers laughed and continued celebrating. They had heard so many lies over the years that they couldn't recognize the truth anymore. Realizing there wasn't much time, Arjun rushed to the village square and rang the large emergency bell with all his strength. The loud sound echoed through every street. Curious villagers climbed a nearby hill to see what had happened. When they looked toward the forest, their faces turned pale. Massive flames were racing toward Brightvale. Arjun had been telling the truth. Everyone immediately worked together. Some carried buckets of water, others dug trenches, and firefighters from a nearby town came to help. After many hours of hard work, they finally stopped the fire just before it reached the village. That evening, the village chief gathered everyone together. "We almost lost our homes because we stopped believing the truth," he said. One by one, the villagers apologized to Arjun. "We're sorry," said the baker. "We forgot what honesty looks like," admitted the fisherman. Even the children promised to tell the truth from then on. The next morning, Brightville began to change. The baker sold fresh bread honestly. The fisherman told the truth about his catch. The shopkeeper charged fair prices, and the children played fairly without arguing. At the following harvest festival, the village chief presented Arjun with a beautiful golden bell. "This bell will remind us that honesty is the greatest treasure of all," he said. The villagers cheered as Arjun smiled beside his proud grandmother. From that day forward, Brightville became famous as the village where people always chose honesty. And whenever the golden bell rang, it reminded everyone that trust begins with telling the truth. Honesty builds trust, and trust can save an entire community.
The Lost Shoe.
On a bright spring morning, 8-year-old Ethan happily ran to school with his lunch in one hand and his bright red backpack on his shoulders. The day felt perfect, and he couldn't wait to see his friends. But in just a moment, everything changed. As Ethan hurried down the sidewalk, his foot caught on a cracked piece of pavement. One of his sneakers flew off into a muddy ditch, and before he could grab it, a passing truck splashed water that carried the shoe away. Ethan stood frozen. With only one shoe left, he didn't know what to do. As other children walked past, he felt embarrassed and alone. He lowered his head, wishing he could somehow make the problem disappear. Just then, another boy named Liam noticed him. Instead of walking away, Liam stopped to see what had happened. After learning about Ethan's lost shoe, he quietly opened his backpack. Inside was an extra pair of sneakers. Without a second thought, Liam offered them to Ethan. It was a simple act of kindness, but to Ethan, it meant everything. The shoes fit perfectly, and together the two boys continued their walk to school. Along the way, they talked, laughed, and discovered they had a lot in common. By lunchtime, they were already the best of friends. What had started as a terrible morning had turned into the beginning of a friendship that would last for many years. As time passed, the two boys grew up and followed different paths. Liam became a teacher who inspired children every day, while Ethan worked hard to build his own shoe company. Even as an adult, Ethan never forgot the kindness Liam had shown him as a child. The memory of that extra pair of shoes stayed with him wherever he went. Inside his office, Ethan proudly displayed the old sneakers that had once helped him when he needed them most. They reminded him that even the smallest act of kindness could change someone's life forever. One day, Ethan decided it was time to pass that kindness on. He announced that for every pair of shoes his company sold, another pair would be donated to a child in need. Everyone supported the idea, and soon volunteers came together to help. They packed colorful shoes into boxes with care, knowing that each pair would bring hope to a child somewhere. Before long, thousands of children were receiving brand new shoes. Their faces lit up with joy as they tried them on, and many walked with new confidence, knowing that someone cared about them. During one of the donation events, Ethan spotted a familiar face in the crowd. It was Liam. The two old friends shared a warm embrace, remembering the day when one small act of kindness had brought them together. As the years went by, more and more children received shoes and walked proudly toward a brighter future. Ethan and Liam watched with grateful hearts, knowing that one simple decision had created a ripple of kindness that reached far beyond themselves. Sometimes, changing the world doesn't begin with something big. Sometimes it begins with one kind heart, one selfless act, and one simple pair of shoes. Moral of the story: never underestimate a small act of kindness. Even the simplest gesture can change a life and inspire countless others to do the same.
Mia and the Magic Library.
In a peaceful town with blooming flowers and singing birds, an ancient library hid a magical secret waiting for one curious child. Mia rushes into the library, excited to see her grandfather after finishing all the adventure books he gave her. The moment Grandpa opened the old book, the library seemed to come alive with a mysterious golden glow. With a gentle smile, Grandpa led Mia to an old wooden door hidden behind a bookshelf. The ancient door slowly creaked open, revealing a breathtaking library where glowing books floated through the air, filling the room with sparkling golden light and endless magical possibilities. He explained that it could only be seen by those whose hearts were filled with kindness and curiosity. Just then, a fluffy orange cat leapt onto the table and began to speak. Mia could hardly believe her eyes as the mysterious cat introduced himself as Whiskers. Dozens of glowing books floated around Mia, each leading to a different world. As she looked around in wonder, one bright green book slowly drifted toward her. Mia carefully opened the glowing green book. In an instant, bright emerald light burst into the room as powerful winds swirled around them, filling the library with magic. Whiskers warns Mia that each book leads to a different adventure. They arrive in a glowing jungle filled with waterfalls, strange plants, and life. Friendly jungle animals gathered around to welcome the new visitors. Bright butterflies danced through the air while playful monkeys and cheerful birds greeted Mia with warm smiles. Their joyful adventure suddenly changed when a frightened baby elephant came running toward them. trembling with fear as it tried to escape a mysterious shadow hiding deep within the jungle. Holding Whiskers close, Mia stepped in front of the frightened elephant and faced the mysterious shadow. That day, she learned that true courage isn't about being fearless, it's about protecting others, even when you're afraid.
The lunchbox.
It was a bright Monday morning, and Arjun couldn't wait to see his friends at school. He felt happy and excited. Before class began, Arjun placed his lunchbox on his desk and hurried outside to join everyone for recess. The playground was full of laughter and games, but Arjun didn't notice he had forgotten his lunchbox in the classroom. When the new boy, Rohan, entered the empty classroom, he noticed the lunchbox sitting alone on the desk. Rohan looked around quietly. He picked up the lunchbox, but his face showed worry instead of excitement. After recess, Arjun rushed back to class. His lunchbox had disappeared and everyone started searching for it. Behind the school building, Rohan sat alone. He held the lunchbox tightly, looking sad and filled with guilt. A kind teacher found Rohan sitting by himself. She gently asked him what was wrong, and he slowly looked up. With tears in his eyes, Rohan admitted he hadn't eaten since yesterday because his family had no food at home. The teacher quietly explained everything to Arjun. Instead of becoming angry, Arjun's heart filled with kindness and understanding. Arjun walked over to Rohan with a warm smile. He carried another lunchbox and sat beside his new friend. "Let's share," Arjun said happily. Rohan smiled for the first time that day and thanked him with all his heart. Soon the other children joined them, sharing fruit, sandwiches, and snacks until everyone had enough to eat together. The principal started a special sharing table where students could leave extra food for friends who needed a helping hand. A few weeks later, Rohan was smiling every day. He had new friends, plenty of laughter, and hope for brighter days. As the school bell rang, Arjun and Rohan shared lunch beneath a shady tree, proving that kindness is the greatest gift of all.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed today's story. Like, subscribe, tap the bell. See you next time.